If 2022 scorched India with a record-breaking heatwave, 2023 exposed its extreme vulnerability to catastrophic floods. Hundreds of lives lost, thousands of houses destroyed, and public infrastructure crumbled across several states. Now, floods are a natural disaster, but the intensity and frequency has increased tremendously over the years. The current monsoon season, in fact, is an apt reminder on what climate change would do if global warming continues unchecked. Let me give you a recap. The erratic monsoon. Despite its late onset, the southwest monsoon covered the country 6 days in advance. In the days to follow, it unleashed its fury over the Himalayan states, triggering one of the most devastating floods over northwest India. The region also recorded its wettest July in 22 years. In Chandigarh, Ambala, rainfall broke all-time record on 9th of July. The unforeseen July floods pounded the states of Punjab and Haryana just when the farmers were preparing to sow kharif crops. Haryana declared floods with over 1,300 villages inundated. The Himalayan rivers surged way past their danger mark as floodwaters overtopped the banks. In Delhi, Yamuna breached its all-time high mark, first time in 45 years. In the east, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Sikkim bore the brunt, and now Gujarat has been battered by heavy rains and multiple reservoirs overflowing, causing massive damage. Yes, from one of the wettest July to the driest August in almost 100 years, the southwest monsoon, the lifeline of India's agri-based economy, is now more erratic than ever before. These intra-seasonal variations are bound to get more extreme in a warming world, as climate scientists have warned time and again. India recorded its hottest August since 1901 with the highest average maximum temperature of 32.19 degrees Celsius. So scientists explain that a warm atmosphere can hold more water and for a longer duration. The air can generally hold around 7% more moisture for every 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature. This means that any ordinary rainfall event can have a higher probability of intensifying into an extreme or an exceptional rainfall event with over 200 to 250 mm rainfall falling in short bursts in a very short period of time. A characteristic feature of winters, the western disturbances are now more active during the monsoon season. What we saw in Himachal in July was a result of this strong interaction between a western disturbance with a vigorous monsoon. Now, timely weather forecasts are crucial, but we need to reassess the flood risk locally and prepare. Now, that brings us to the main question. Why isn't there any floodplain zoning? Now, floods are natural events, but they have been turned into these massive disasters because humans encroached on these floodplains. Now, Professor A.K. Gosai from the Department of Civil Engineering, IIT Delhi, says that the intensity of rain is bound to go up. Those once in a year, or those once in a 50 years, or once in a 100-year floods will become more frequent. That's exactly what we are witnessing now. There has been rampant encroachment on the floodplains, and when these rivers swell, they'll destroy everything that will restrict their flow. Despite all the warnings, the floodplain zoning is not being done in our country. Years after the centre circulated our floodplain zoning legislation, many of these flood-hit states are yet to demarcate their floodplains. This is basically an exercise that requires a clear identification of these regions on both sides of the rivers, which are likely to be affected by floods of different magnitude or frequencies and probability levels. It also requires states to specify and regulate the activities that are permissible in these zones, so that whenever floods actually occur, the damage can be minimized. While Manipur, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand and Jammu and Kashmir have enacted the legislation, this crucial measure to mitigate floods is yet to be undertaken by other states. As humans, we have been challenging the capacity of our natural ecosystems for many years now. If we don't take any steps now, these disasters will only intensify. Thank you so much for watching CNN News 18. Keep reading our stories on news18.com for more such updates.